It was just another ordinary morning for him, or at least that's what he thought. The alarm rang sharply, slicing through the quiet of his small room, and he groggily reached out to silence it. The sun was barely peeking through the curtains, and the grey light mirrored his mood. He dragged himself out of bed, his body heavy with routine and his mind clouded by worry about deadlines, responsibilities, and the mundane tasks that awaited him. Coffee was prepared automatically, toast burned slightly on the edges, and the familiar sense of monotony settled around him like a heavy blanket. On the surface, everything seemed normal, yet beneath it all, a quiet tension simmered. He had begun to notice how stuck he felt, how every day blurred into the next, leaving him feeling invisible in his own life. As he went through the motions, small things began to irritate him, tiny disruptions that made his routine feel fragile. His favorite mug was missing, forcing him to use a cheap cup. The bus was late, making him shuffle nervously on the sidewalk, tapping his foot, and checking his watch for the 100th time. A passing stranger smiled casually, completely unaware of the storm brewing in his mind. He felt a pang of envy, wondering why some people seemed to move through life so effortlessly while he struggled with even the simplest of tasks. These minor annoyances, though insignificant on their own, compounded into a growing unease, a feeling that something was about to shift. The turning point arrived unexpectedly. As he walked into work, or perhaps it was the cafe, or the classroom, depending on the setting, something happened that completely shook him. Perhaps it was a missed opportunity, an encounter with someone he admired, or a sudden, startling realization of what his life had become. This single moment struck him like lightning. It cut through the fog of routine and forced him to stop, reflect, and see his life for what it really was. He realized he was not living with intention. He was letting days slip by without purpose, and the frustration he had been carrying hit him in full force. For the first time in years, he felt truly awake to the reality of his life. Confusion, regret, and fear surged inside him. He replayed past choices in his mind, wondering where he had gone wrong, what opportunities he had missed, and whether it was too late to change. Self-doubt gnawed at him, whispering that perhaps he wasn't capable of anything greater, that maybe he was destined to live in the grey haze of mediocrity. His chest tightened with anxiety, but beneath the fear, a small spark of hope began to flicker. He felt an unfamiliar urge to act, to do something different, to break free from the suffocating rhythm of his life. The morning that started like any other had now transformed into a moment of tension, a crossroad that would defy everything to come. Every detail, the stale coffee, the late bus, the casual smiles of strangers, had led him to this instant, forcing him to confront himself honestly for the first time. His ordinary morning was gone, replaced by the weight of choice and the electric possibility of change. In this moment, he was not just waking up to the day, he was waking up to the truth about his life, setting the stage for a journey that could alter his entire future. The audience is drawn in here, feeling his frustration, anxiety, and quiet anticipation, knowing that something extraordinary is about to unfold. After that life-altering morning, everything began to shift. The main character could no longer ignore the stirrings of change inside him. He felt a mix of fear and excitement, an unusual combination that pushed him to reconsider every choice he had made until now. For the first time, he understood that life was not meant to be a series of repetitive days but a journey shaped by the courage to act. He started to see opportunities everywhere, in conversations he had ignored, in small tasks he had postponed, and even in his own thoughts, which had previously been clouded with self-doubt. Each moment held potential, and each decision could create a ripple effect that might alter his life forever. At first, taking action felt impossible. His old habits tried to pull him back, the urge to stay comfortable, to remain unnoticed, and to avoid failure. But he remembered that electric jolt from that morning, the realization that his life had to change. Slowly, he took small steps. He reached out to someone he had been too shy to approach, he spoke up in meetings where he usually stayed silent, and he tried new things that once seemed frightening. Every small success built his confidence, and every failure became a lesson. The internal transformation was as significant as the external changes. He began to trust himself, to believe in his own capabilities, and to recognize that fear was simply a signal that he was moving forward. The supporting characters played a subtle yet powerful role in this transformation. A mentor offered guidance, a friend provided encouragement, and even strangers, through a kind gesture or unexpected advice, helped him see that change was possible. These interactions reinforced his belief that he was not alone, that every effort mattered, and that the world responded to those who dared to act. The narrative emphasizes that transformation is rarely instantaneous. It is a gradual process, fueled by consistent effort, reflection, and a willingness to face discomfort. As he embraced these challenges, the rewards became tangible. Projects he had been hesitant to start began to succeed. Relationships he had neglected improved as he learned to communicate and care more intentionally. Most importantly, he felt an internal shift, a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment that had been absent for years. He was no longer merely surviving, he was actively creating the life he wanted. This is where the story hits its emotional peak. Viewers witness a profound change, not only in circumstances but in mindset, inspiring hope that they too can experience similar transformation. The resolution arrives as he reflects on his journey. He understands that life-changing moments are often disguised as ordinary mornings, subtle events, or seemingly insignificant decisions. The moral lesson is clear and motivating: every challenge is an opportunity, and every action, no matter how small, has the power to redefine your life. Courage, self-belief, and perseverance are the keys to transformation, and the story leaves the audience with a sense of possibility and empowerment. By the end, viewers feel inspired to examine their own routines, seize opportunities they may have overlooked, and embrace change with confidence and hope. This section ensures a satisfying conclusion while keeping the emotional resonance strong. It motivates action, instills belief, and leaves viewers reflecting on the potential impact of their own unexpected mornings. The story's logic flows naturally from conflict to realization to triumph, making it easy for ISL learners to follow while still delivering a powerful, heart-stirring message.